final preparations for the challenge ahead, hoping to come out of the gates strong. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got Santi Aldama. Also Jalen Wells out there. Zach Edey out there with Morant. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard. And for the Warriors, Stephen Curry's out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then there's Moody. And there's Porzingis. And it's Green in at the 4. And with another season just getting underway, Tim, what kind of things are you looking for as you watch here courtside early on here in the season?
You want to see which players have made the progression in the offseason, added things to their games, particularly those young players that you know have a lot of potential. Have they added shooting range? Have they added things to their handle and give them a little bit more escapability?
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Now here's Curry. Nobody near Melton. From outside, off the mark. Here's Wells. Out to Morant. Pass to Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Curry against Morant. Curry passes to Melton. Six to shoot. There's the triple. The shot by Curry, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
To the paint. From down in the low post, it goes.
Red hot out of the gates. Keep it rolling.
Green kicks to Curry. Pass to Melton. Back to Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Porzingis, Aldama with the rebound.
Yeah, players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
After 4 seasons in Golden State, Jonathan Kuminga moves on, and he was the guy that they drafted number 7 overall. But after a lengthy free agency saga in which the Warriors and Kuminga exchanged several proposals, and they had several sign and trade discussions, Kuminga lands elsewhere. So his run in Golden State is over. They're losing a good young player. Let's see how they can replenish the cupboard there in Golden State.
Certainly something to watch. And Shams, we appreciate the report.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. The topic at hand, Ja Morant. His ability to completely dominate at times because he's so athletic and aggressive. Coach said we can't let him live in the lane. We have to keep bodies in front of him and make him work for everything he gets. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Now, here's Melton. Out to the right wing. Porzingis passes to Curry. A three-pointer, no good.
That's 20% now from the field. What a cold start.
Inside. Here's Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Curry. Back to Melton. Now here's Wells. Defended by Moody. And that one's good. Coward.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. OG Anunoby's checked in for Moses Moody.
Substitution for your Warriors.
Warriors trail by 8. Curry passes to Melton. Edey against Porzingis. Pass to Curry. Bangs home the trifecta. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first of the Warriors.
Yeah, Curry just doing damage from deep. If you give him any separation, his three-point shooting is deadly.
Now here's Morant. Hasn't made one yet. Buries it from three-point range.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Here's Melton. Over to the left wing. Porzingis finds Melton. Shot clock at 6. The three. Edey with the rebound. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Anunoby passes to Green. Pass to Curry. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. I've always admired the impact that Steph Curry, Tim, has made on this game. And not only at this level, but at every level. With that in mind, do shooters train differently in part because of him?
Yeah, I believe they do, Kevin, but you've got to beware. This is a guy that's often imitated, rarely replicated. He is so special, but I think guys need to add escape dribbles, the sidestep dribble, and certainly deep shooting off the dribble. That's where Steph Curry has impacted the modern shooter.
That's good advice. And the second free throw, good. Now in his late 30s, Steph Curry, Tim, continues to be a dominant force.
Well, his conditioning is on a world-class level, Kevin. He's never been one to beat you with his explosiveness, so his plan is just to outlast his opponents.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Some big news coming in from around the NBA. We welcome in our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's on the phone with the latest story. Shams?
Thank you, Kevin. I've just got confirmation that the early season trade the Jazz have been pursuing is final. I'm told they were able to land Jaylen Brown. It's not every day you can add a former Finals MVP to your roster, and most of the time, those guys are locked in. Such a dynamic force at both ends of the floor. Brown is clearly someone who elevates everyone around him. I'm told they're very excited to see what he can do on their roster.
Thanks again, Shams, as always. Stolen by Anunoby. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Curry against Morant. Pass to Anunoby. Jacks up a three.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
Takes the 13-footer. Jackson misses. Last outing for Golden State. They won that game against Portland. 1:16 left in the first quarter. And that one, good.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Here's Jerome. No scoring in this one. Pass to Morant. And it's good for 2. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
And here is Anunoby. 40 seconds left to play here in the first. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game.
It's really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The Warriors making a switch here. Porzingis is checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Rosper's checked in, and it's Brandon Clark in for Santi Aldama.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now Podziemski. Pass to Curry. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Prosper. Jerome deciding where to go with it. Jackson setting the pick here for Jerome. Driving inside. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Grizzlies. They're up by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen from Memphis?
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. G.G. Jackson is out there with Clark. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Spencer in at the shooting guard position. Here's Spencer. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. That one good for 2.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Robinson misses. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
It's good from long range.
And this is what the coaching staff loves when they watch Clark, wanting to improve his shooting off the catch.
Here's Pajemski. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Curry. A 3-ball. Good on the three-point shot.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, guys. The Grizzlies back among the top teams in the West after a down season in 2023-24. Ja Morant said, quote, "The confidence never left. As far as chemistry, we've been around each other for a while and we know each other well. This is my team. I'm confident in my team every step of the way." Kevin, back to you.
They play with swagger. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Here's Coward. He's guarded by Melton. Pass to Coward. Picked by Clark. And that one's good. Coward. Coward's got 8 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Post. He's covered by Clark, and he gets the bucket. He's got 8.
Well, if there's one guy in this league, you better run off the three-point line. It's Curry.
Jackson a screen on Curry. And DeAnthony Melton picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point. In recent seasons, availability has been a problem for Ja Morant. Greg, dig into that a little bit.
Well, from a league suspension to multiple injuries, Morant has missed a significant amount of time, but we know when he's on the court, he's a game changer.
Now, here's Melton. Three-pointer. Curry's shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Coward. He's guarded by Melton. Shot clock at 5. Here's Jackson. Warriors with the rebound. Melton feeling it out a bit. Pass to Moody. Golden State moving it around. That 3 off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. And then the young fella busts out the slick move inside to get open for the jam.
Greg, that was slick and slick. He had no chance. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. It's a 16-point game. They host the Clippers after this game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Well, the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Back to Edey. Wells passes to Morant. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Stolen by Robinson. Podziemski with it. He has yet to score. Porzingis with a screen on Morant. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in.
Santi Aldama.
Edey finds Wells. Pass to Morant. Back to Wells. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him.
He better be careful now. That's 2 on him, and the last thing you want to see is for him to pick up his 3rd before the half ends.
Now here's Morant. He's got 5. Stolen.
And that's now his 4th turnover. He's just been too careless with the basketball.
2 points. That one goes.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
Here's Morant. Pass to Aldama. Back to Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Robinson a screen on Morant. Now Robinson. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
And give him a lot of credit for his effort right there running the floor.
Podziemski finds Curry. Outside Robinson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Clock at 6. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Curry. No good there off the double clutch.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Basket good.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him.
Well, you want to stop Steph in the 2-man game, but he's so smart. He'll get others involved.
Now here's Morant. Guarded closely. Loads it up there for Morant. Stolen by Robinson. Oh, here comes Curry all alone. Here's Santos. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. Tim, some forget, prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Here's Coward. 14 points for him. Morant outside. Here's Aldama. Good, and the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 7th assist here tonight. Warriors trail by 16. Curry passes to Melton. Back to Curry. Puts up a 3. Curry nails the triple.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Coward. Pass to Edey. Memphis moving it around. Morant right side. And the shot no good, a bit short. And we finished one half of basketball. Grizzlies lead by 13. Now we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
Here with Coach Steve Kerr, your defense struggling to contain them in the first half. How do you remedy it?
We got to get back in transition, or we got to make them feel us. You know, they're just running anything they want. We've got to at least disrupt the stuff they're trying to do.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you. And folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Hey folks, happy you joined.
Poor execution for them offensively. Settling for bad shots far too often. Recipe for disaster.
And let's talk now about the trade news. Some interesting moves to discuss. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Here's Curry. They've got Moody. Curry is out there with Anthony Melton. And it's Green, and it's Porzingis in at the center, filling out the middle. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Morant missing. Warriors trail by 13. Now here's Curry. Pass to Melton. Outside, Porzingis. Now Curry. 5 on the clock. Green with a screen for Curry. It's over Morant. Curry's shot is good. Curry's got the first basket of the second half here for the Warriors. Here's Edey. Now Eldama. Steps back. And that one's good. Coward's got 16.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Now, here's Melton. Porzingis. Eldama with the rebound. Wells wide open. Here's Edey. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And here's Melton. Pass to Curry from outside the arc. The three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, John Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Guys, back to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. And the Warriors get it back. That one goes. Count it.
And that's Draymond giving his team extra possession, showing you that motor.
Pass to Wells. Morant surveying the D. Morant bullies his way inside.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Pass to Curry from the arc. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Edey finds Eldama. Here's Coward. He's guarded by Melton. Morant outside. Launches it. Green with the rebound. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They trail by 11. Pass to Curry. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. They led by as many as 18 points. Down low. And the dunk by Edey. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Different look here for the Warriors. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Draymond Green. OG Anunoby comes in for Moody. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Milton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Stephen Curry. And Memphis also making a switch. Jerome is checked in. Here's Coward. Right on the bucket. Coward's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
To the inside, Porzingis nails the baby hook.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
And we see Brandon Podziemski. He's been a valuable player, Tim, since his first day in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's just the type of guy every team could use. He's a winner, high IQ, a hustle player who connects the game, and he can hit shots from deep.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Aldama can't hit, and so Steve Kerr tries to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Grant Williams is checked in for the Warriors, and Memphis also making a switch. G.G. Jackson, he's checked in for Edey. Warriors trail by 15. Outside Curry. Back to Podziemski. Jerome with the steal. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And they have left the defense scrambling because they have found success in the paint, which has allowed them to play inside out.
Here's Podziemski.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Robinson a screen on Jerome. Outside Robinson. Back to Podziemski. Puts up a deep 3. And again, no good by Golden State.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that's not a horrible shot for him to take, but you could still probably find a higher percentage shot.
Now here's Jackson. Still without a basket. Here's Coward. Shoots over Curry. And it's Coward missing. For 3. Curry can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Here's Coward. 20 points for him. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And that's his second three-pointer tonight.
Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Inside, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Aldama. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And Memphis making a change here. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Robinson. Curry on the wing. Williams sets a screen for Curry. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got 6.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
A shot by Podziemski, no good. And it's Memphis on the break. Jerome against Williams. Pass to Morant. can't cash in from close range. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Grizzlies delivering the blowout. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, Ja Morant, he's out there with Ty Jerome. Then it's Brandon Clark. Then it's G.G. Jackson. And it's Spencer in at the small forward. Outside Curry. Tim, at one point, your dream was to play professional baseball. Why did you switch?
Kevin, it really came down to this. Hit a growth spurt when I was 14 years old, and I decided to go try this basketball thing that first year in high school. As it turns out, what I fell in love with, I didn't need anybody else to get better. I had an insatiable work ethic. It lent itself to hours and hours on the basketball court by myself.
That is such an interesting perspective. And to the sideline we go. Let's catch you up on the story about Kristaps Porzingis. Allie, what are they saying about the prognosis?
Thanks, guys. I just talked with the Warriors' head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. They've decided this is an injury that can be played through, but we'll see if it's a limiting factor. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for that.
Well, it's a tough part of the game for sure. You see these athletes out here with the strength and speed that they play with. Injuries are unavoidable.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Golden State. Grant Williams comes in for OG Anunoby. Pass to Jerome. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
Kept alive. Here's Spencer, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Outside Curry. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Santos. 6 on the shot clock. Now Podziemski, guarded by Jerome. And the Warriors miss again.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
And it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Outside Curry. Porzingis with a screen on Morant. Pass to Porzingis. It's intercepted. Spencer, the pass to Clark. And slam dunk by Clark.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Timeout called the Warriors. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Rosberg's checked in. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Jerome against Curry. And Green now, top of the key. Back to Curry. Trying to end the drought. And they call an illegal screen here. You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is. I promise you that.
Moody the pass to Curry. Pass to Prosper. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here is Curry, guarded by Jerome. That one falls.
And providing the support, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by Memphis.
Jerome with it. Clark a screen on Curry. And slam dunk by Clark.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Melton. Curry setting the pick for Melton. Curry can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that one is good from Jerome. Jerome's got his first points of the game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they are making something very difficult look simple right now.
Pass to Curry. Lets the 3 fly. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 24 points.
And Curry is really putting his stamp on this one.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Down low, here's Spencer, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
Curry finds Melton. Back to Curry, puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound, post. And he uses the glass on the layup. Post has got his first points of the night.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Here's Clark. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Grizzlies.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
To the middle, it's stolen by Green. To the paint, here's Post. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Brandon Clark.
At the line for your Warriors. Post.
And he knocks down the first one. And he can't hit the second. And Jerome has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Count it.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Winning away from home takes nerve and great discipline. Kudos to them.
Right side Curry. Fires for 3. Here's Post. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Well, when you grab the offensive rebound, you're already right there at the rim. It makes the putback that much easier.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that's